Hey, what's up, YouTube? I have Todd Nightingale here. He's a senior vice president and general manager at Cisco Meraki. Hey, how you doing, Todd?
How's it going?
All right. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. So, Cisco Meraki is notoriously known in the small business realm in the industry. Could you tell us a little about Cisco Meraki's background and how you got into Cisco Meraki?
Sure. Cisco Meraki actually started as a research project at MIT.
Oh.
As part of the research group I was in grad school. We had a project where basically we stole bandwidth from MIT and gave it to our friends for free and turned them into guinea pigs for networking experiments. And we were lucky enough, one of the founders of Meraki, he presented at a academic conference, and Google approached them and interested in the technology. Maybe less because of the bandwidth stealing,
right,
and more because of this idea of managing networks from the cloud,
right,
and how that could really change the industry. Google became the first customer,
wow,
and the first investor at Meraki, and this is all the way back in 2006.
okay.
And Meraki spun out of that research group and has been managing networks from the cloud ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's fairly new. 2006 isn't that long ago.
We like to think we're like tenured or adolescent at the very least. But, it's been amazing because we were, Meraki was an independent, cloud managed Wi-Fi and then cloud managed networking company for about 6 years. And now we've been part of Cisco for about 6 years. And so the ride's been, it's been amazing. It's been it's been an unbelievable ride.
Okay, so the focus of Cisco Meraki is SMB?
To be honest, I think it started out in what we call like the mid-market,
Right.
where we were sort of focused on customers that had maybe like lean IT shop,
Right.
not too many IT resources. But as we became part of Cisco, we got access to all this super powerful networking technology. And more, Meraki, while it's still being used in those small, mid-sized businesses or the mid-market, it's being used by larger and larger businesses too. I mean, even the most sophisticated IT shops in the world, they still value simplicity. They still value making their products, their offerings as simple as possible so they can get back to focusing on what matters to them the most.
Okay. Now, one of the things that you mentioned, IoT. How does Cisco Meraki integrate with IoT in today's networking landscape?
Look, we want to be the networking hub for all IoT. And I think, as we look to the future, we already have Bluetooth embedded in our Wi-Fi. We have so many Wi-Fi connected devices and IoT, even wired side, and we're experimenting with other wireless portfolios. We want to be the networking hub for all IoT devices. But, at Meraki, while we started with wireless and then moved into a full networking stack, now we're expanding really out to the whole digital workplace. So 2 years ago, we launched our first real IoT product, a digital camera, security camera, and now with all the analytics we've built into it, we sell it as a smart camera. And that's for a true IoT device. It's not a networking device,
right,
but it's managed from the same Meraki dashboard. It's simple to manage, it's cloud managed. It really embodies this proposition of Meraki of simplifying powerful technology so people can get back to focusing on what matters to them most.
Awesome. So we're here at Cisco Live, Barcelona. What announcements has Cisco Meraki announced here in Cisco Live?
Yeah, at Meraki right now we are focusing our development on 3 core strategies. Doubling down on simplicity. Using cloud, using the most modern IoT technologies to make our products the simplest possible product to use for any infrastructure. Second is imbuing those products with deep intelligence, putting AI and machine learning right on the products. We've launched wireless assurance, our wireless assurance product called Meraki Wireless Health, and also a product called Meraki Insight, which is SD-WAN analytics. And these are just great examples of embedding intelligence right on the product.
Right.
And all over Cisco Live, you see Meraki cameras that are doing machine vision with built-in AI right on the camera that are counting people as they move through the scenes, and providing analytics and data back to the system, so people don't have to stare at video feeds.
Right.
They can get real data, and bringing intelligence to the system, that's key. And then the third one is that, driving this digital workplace vision, expanding the Meraki portfolio, and getting really back to this idea of simplifying as much of the workplace as we possibly can.
So are you a part of Digitized Spaces?
DNA Spaces?
Or Digitized Spaces? I spoke to Anand, and one of his top 5 technology was Digitized Spaces. And with Digitized Spaces, you could be in the store and it can tell you, when you use the coupon, or what area of a store you shopped at the most and things like that. Yeah. You think Cisco Meraki may be a part of that?
Sure. Yeah. So look, the camera is pretty phenomenal at tracking people through a scene. In fact, there's a lot of technology you can build that can make you a heat map of sort of how your site is being used, where people are. But nothing is as accurate as a camera. And better yet, it requires no setup. It requires no special provisioning or tuning or calibration. You put a camera up, you wait a week, you come back, and you can have a heat map of exactly how that space is being used, about when people are where. We had this awesome use case of a farmer who put a camera out to watch his field. And as the sheep entered the field every day, they didn't always go to the same place. So he didn't have to watch the sheep or watch the video feed. He could just come back at the end of every day, look at the heat map, and know where the sheep were grazing and where he had to add more seed, where he had to move them the next day. And he could do that in 5 minutes instead of staring at them all day. That's like the power of Meraki. That is simple. That is simple.
That's exciting technology right there.
Yeah. Sheep viewing. That's serious. That's high tech.
Yeah, I agree. So, I'm passionate about helping people get into technology and advance their careers. How can someone go about learning Cisco Meraki and being integrated with the technology?
Yeah, look, I'm passionate about that too. I mean, Meraki comes from education. We've always been about teaching people networking and making the most out of what you know. And I'm a networking guy.
Okay.
Look, I'd say there's no substitute for understanding how the network works. I recommend to everyone the CCNA, and I know it changed your life, right?
Yes.
And I think it's an amazing program because you learn the fundamentals of networking. And once you have that, you can walk onto the Meraki dashboard and set up a network for any size business, for any size site. You can roll it out at your home. I'm a firm believer in Meraki for the home. But maybe more importantly, you can roll it out for 500 stores or 10,000 banks. And you can become a highly, highly efficient network admin because Meraki makes it simple. And that's our mission, is to simplify powerful technology so passionate people like yourself can focus on what matters to you. And so I think if you're getting into networking right now, understand basics, layer 2, layer 3 networking, and get yourself some Meraki kit. And here's my #1 piece of advice.
Okay.
Go to a Meraki webinar, register as an IT professional, we'll send you a free AP. Nothing is better than putting your hands on it.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what can we foresee? What can we foresee from Cisco Meraki in 2019?
Everything could always be simpler. It's never as simple as it can possibly be. But really, I look at where we're investing in the technology. SD-WAN is not a routing feature. It will be the future of routing. And you're going to see enormous momentum in the Meraki SD-WAN feature set as we can continue to drive that. We're investing a ton in the next generation of Wi-Fi, and you'll be seeing that from us this year, along with the rest of the industry. And I think we have this opportunity in Wi-Fi now to really integrate with 5G and take that to the next level. And the third piece, which I think everyone should be taking a look at right now, is really the API set. And learning how to automate these networks using, basic programming. Python and REST API can be enormously powerful. And this convergence of programming and network engineering is amazing. We invest just about as much in APIs as anything else right now. And you should expect to see a ton more from us.
I'm excited. I'm passionate about everything that you mentioned, especially, you know, with the network automation, the simplicity of your software and your applications, and the sheep.
Oh, the sheep. Yeah, gotta stare at sheep. It's not just for sleeping anymore.
Right. So I thank you for coming on to the channel, sharing information about Cisco Meraki, and just being an inspiration.
Yeah, well, hey man, I just want to tell you, at Meraki, we love your channel. So keep up the good work. Really.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Cheers.